Hi, welcome to the August edition of the Smith County Chamber Corner. We hope you enjoy the show. Okay, the premier event of the year houses the premier event of the year. And they're going to wonder, what in the world is he talking about? Well, we're here at beautiful Defeated Creek, and we've got something to talk about, don't we? A duck race. So you want to give them some particular, better introduce yourselves first. Tell them who you are.
I'm Martha Hinton with the Pregnancy Resource Center.
I'm Amy Wagner with Better Letter Printing, but my husband also serves on the board at the Pregnancy Resource Center.
Okay, and you guys got an event coming up, and I believe it's September the 28th is when we're going to be doing this at William Walton Harvest Festival.
We do, and it's such a fun day. Oh, it's so much fun. I love that day. We have a little duck derby race. The tickets are $10 a piece. We brought our little pet duck. We're going to name him Robert because Robert wouldn't get on the video with us. But it'll start, what time does it start? I can't remember.
Well, Walton Days generally, people start opening up about 9. Our official opening is at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we have entertainment going all through the day. And at 4 o'clock, we end up with the harvest pageant. And that's usually the end of the day for the festival.
Well, we usually end our duck race at 3. So that way we can be all tidied up and have our winner and all our things out by the time the harvest pageant starts.
Okay. Well, now you had a winner last year, and they won pretty big
money.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how much because I can't remember. Robert is on his way.
It was an eye-opening amount. I know they were very happy about it.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so for $10, you get in the race, and if your duck stays all day...
We will have heats throughout the day where we'll run the winning races consecutively, and then at the end, the winning ducks will race again for the final duck.
It's kind of like a basketball tournament, how you have playoffs.
Right. Double eliminations and everything.
Robert brought our poster in, so now you'll be seeing these posters pop up all over town. And also we've got the wooden ducks. We still going to do that too. So there's a limited supply of the wooden ducks. Be sure and get those advertised out.
Okay, and it says grand prize of $500 or 25% of the proceeds.
Yes.
And I know this young lady won a lot more than $500.
Yes, she did. That's a guarantee. The 500 is guaranteed. The percentage is always better.
Okay, so if you wanted to invest more than one $10 bill, you might be smart to do that, right?
Yes, let's do.
All right. And so you're running these heats all day, and people can watch their duck and all of that, and find out if they go to the next round or elimination. Do you get to pick your duck?
No.
No.
You don't get to pick your duck.
You don't get to pick your duck?
No.
Okay.
Ducks have a number. All ducks are numbered, and then they'll run probably 7 to 10 ducks a heat. And then the winner of that will go in the pot for the next.
Okay, and there's a little river
yes.
It's
there
so cute.
that you built by the river.
Yes.
We
wanted to do the big river, but we couldn't do the big river, so Robert built a river.
Yeah, well, that's really nice, and it's on Main Street. Folks, if you want to help the Pregnancy Resource Center and have some fun at the same time, come to Walton Days on September the 28th.
Yes.
And you can sign up, buy your duck, any time during the day?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Can we buy them the day of? We're still going to sell and race them that day?
Yes.
Okay, so pre-sales and the day of.
Yes.
We can buy them.
Okay. So
pre-sales will be at the banks.
Uh-huh.
Any board member for the Pregnancy Resource Center. And what else?
And then come to the Pregnancy Resource Center and get one and get a tour of the center while they're there.
Okay. Is there a phone number they can call to get information?
Yes, 615-281-8054.
Okay. Well, ladies, thank you for coming by.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
I'm looking forward to the duck race. Maybe mine will win this time.
Robert actually behaved.
He did. That's first.
Thanks,
right.
Bill.
My favorite time of year is fall, and when you come right out of the summer and it's been hot and you need something to do. And on September the 28th, we got the perfect solution for that, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
We got something for you.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves first before we get to talking about it?
All right. Leslie Smith from Leslie Smith Bookkeeper. We have an idea how to solve your business puzzle. If you need any help or anything notarized, give us a call.
Erica Ebel from Ebel's Tavern and Cumberland Cannabis, right there on the square in Carthage.
All right, and right there on the square in Carthage, we got a big event coming. It's our annual William Walton Harvest Festival, and it takes place on the 28th of September this year.
From 9 to 3.
Yeah, from 9 to 3. And what do you guys got planned? Tell us a little bit about what you got going on with it.
Well, what is one of your favorite things about Walton Days?
One of my favorite things about Walton Days is all the good things that we have for all the kids, like inflatables, interactions. We have demonstrators, lots of giveaway type stuff, booths, stuff like that. So
I'm kind of fond of some of the vendors that come out. And then one of my other favorite things is all that good food. We have some great food vendors that'll be out there that day.
Yeah, and there's always the street's always full, and you can go any direction on it, and there's something happening everywhere. We're going to have the courthouse grounds full with like the kids' games are going to be near the library and wrapping around that. So we got a lot of good things coming on. What I like about this year, it is the county's 225th birthday. So we're going to be celebrating that and having some of our reenactors talk about that. We've got reenactors coming from the high school. They're going to be putting on skits, and then Don Knappel is putting together entertainment, and we're going to have that going on from 9 o'clock straight into the Harvest Queen pageant. And the pageant's going to be going on, and we're going to have a little talk about that here later, but it's going to start at 4 o'clock, and it's going to go on until 5, and then that'll close out. Another thing that's coming is the cakewalk. Everybody loves the cakewalk.
Oh, that's so much
that's
fun.
happening a little earlier in the day today. And by the way, if you need a schedule, you want to find out when things are scheduled, we'll be putting that out here in about another 2 weeks or so, and you can come by and get that. So, and I know you guys, we'll have to have a meeting and talk about exactly, but Don is the one put the schedule together. So we're looking forward to all
Awesome.
that.
Hey, it's going to be a good time. Hey, the price is right too because admission is free. So
Mm-hmm.
all you have to bring your money for is those food trucks and the vendors. There's going to be some good stuff out there.
Yeah, there's some good craft vendors, good food trucks, and it's going to be a wonderful day. Another thing, we're going to be able to set up some of the, like for instance, the bungee jump. He's going to set up like the Friday night before, so he'll be ready like first thing in the morning for the kids to be starting with that. And we've got a lot of the vendors that are going to be setting up the Friday night before, food vendors. So things will be hopping around there on the 27th at late and then the 28th for sure.
All day.
yep. So if you're
Okay.
driving by town and wondering what's going on, that's what's happening.
Or why the street may be closed on Friday night.
And if you need any information, you just talk to one of these ladies or us, and you can call the chamber at 615-735-2093. We'll be happy to answer any questions you got. And if they want to be a vendor,
Yes.
all they got to do is call you guys.
In over at the chamber and we can get that application right on over to you.
Okay, and there is applications online, so if you want to set up online, you can do that too. So,
Ooh, okay.
So,
that's
we're-
new this year, isn't it? That online?
actually, we started that last year,
Oh, okay.
and so they can set up online and actually do all of it without ever having to come into town.
Well,
So-
there you go. That's awesome. Hey, hope to see you there. It's going to be a good time, y'all.
It is always a pleasure to have UT Extension come by, and Miss Rachel Petty you've been with them now, what, 2 years?
So it'll be a year, September 1st, that I've been in the 4-H position, but I was the admin for 3 years before
That's
that.
right.
So
Okay.
just celebrated my 4th anniversary with UT Extension, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, and you guys just moved. They need to know, Rachel Petty, UT Extension, and you guys have moved. What's your new office?
We have. So we are at 67 Cookeville Highway, Suite 102, and that is in South Carthage. So we're right down from the co-op, really easy to get to, and across from the Citizens Bank location there in South Carthage.
Okay, so it's, like you said, it's easy to find and everything.
It is, yes.
Now, I'm sure you had a lot of stuff to talk about today, so what are we talking about first?
So we will kind of recap the summer first. We have had a really busy summer in the 4-H world. We started out at 4-H Roundup. So I was assigned to Roundup. I went with 2 of our senior high 4-Hers and then one of our awesome 4-H volunteers, Lisa Harville. So we spent a week in June at UT Martin. And it was a lot of fun. Gabe Harville and Kinley Davis went and they competed in their 4-H project areas. So our 4-Hers are able to put together portfolios kind of detailing all of the things they do in 4-H, all of their project work. And then they sit for an interview at Roundup to kind of defend themselves, show off their skills, get those good practice interviews for jobs someday, teaching them those life skills that we're all about in 4-H. And Gabe and Kinley both won in their respective project areas. So So we were really proud of them. They got some college scholarships from that, got some awards and recognition there at 4-H Roundup. And then they get to go to National 4-H Congress in Atlanta this November. So it's Gabe and Kinley's senior year this year. So that is just an awesome kind of capstone experience to their 4-H career. And I am so incredibly proud of both of those students.
Oh yeah, and we've always had a good group of people coming through 4-H here, and it just seems to continue on and on. You were one of those.
Absolutely, yes. I'm a Smith County 4-H alum, and we have so many young members that are just now getting started and getting involved in 4-H, and it's really exciting to see them jump in. And I'm looking forward to watch Kinley and Gabe graduate this year, and we've got a handful of other seniors in the program, but especially those younger ones, I'm really excited to kind of follow them up through their 4-H career.
Okay, well, I know Mary's coming on later, so she'll be talking about FC, I'm sure. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
So we also, another cool opportunity that happened this summer is we took another group of senior high 4-Hers to the National 4-H Forestry Invitational in Weston, West Virginia. And that was just a couple weeks ago, the end of July. So we got back settled in from that and looking toward the fall. But that experience in West Virginia was really awesome. Those 4 students, so Gabe Harville, again, we talk about Gabe a lot in 4-H. He is an awesome kid. So Gabe Harville and then Easton Bibbings, Emmy Bibbings, and Owen Meeks were members of that forestry judging team. They won the state contest back in October of last year, won the regional contest in September, state contest in October, and so then they have been diligently practicing up until the national contest in July. There were 10 other teams that competed in that contest, and our Tennessee team from Smith County came away with 3rd place in the nation at 4-H forestry
Wow,
judging.
that is impressive.
Yes, we are very impressed. We were so excited. It was our first time at that contest. There's been some other teams from East Tennessee, some teams from Putnam County when Melissa Henry was the 4-H agent there. She took a few teams and kind of gave us advice about what to expect from the contest. But certainly in recent memory, that's the first time a team from Smith County had represented Tennessee. So we were really excited and, didn't know what to expect. Owen and Emmy on that team are just freshmen or were freshmen at the time that they competed. So a relatively young team, but they really showed up and showed out and represented Tennessee and Smith County. And then Gabe was 5th place overall. So the 5th smartest forestry judging kid in the nation. He can add that to his resume.
Yeah, that's quite impressive when you think about the size of some of the states and the logging industries that
Absolutely.
they're out west. That's very impressive.
Yes.
Well, I folks, we're very proud of them. If you know those guys, you need to say something and tell them about it.
Yes, so definitely want to brag on them. And then getting ready for this fall, we will start our 4-H in-school clubs in September. So we always take the month of August for me to do some planning, for us to get settled in, let the teachers get settled in. But then if you have a kiddo in the 4th through 8th grade in Smith County Public Schools, or if you are a homeschool family, we also have a big homeschool group that's very active. But your kiddos will see me in the classroom through 4-H. And that is one of my favorite parts of the job, is making those connections in the classroom and getting especially those younger kids really excited about 4-H and all the cool things they can do.
Well, that is wonderful. Is there anything else we need to cover?
So I will mention that Katie Martin, our ag agent, did just have a baby. So she and her husband Doug welcomed Palmer Lynn Martin into the world last week. And so mom and baby are home doing great. Palmer is precious. So we are without an ag agent for a few months, but you can always call our office with any ag related questions. You have Extension, we like to say, is a family. We are a big network. So the ag agents in our neighboring counties are always happy to help. If you call our office and get Miss Nancy on the phone, even though Katie is on maternity leave, she can direct you to someone who would be happy to answer all of your agriculture related questions.
Oh, and I'm sure that's true because you got a very fine staff over there. Everybody works real well together. So that I'm sure it runs smooth. And Katie, if you're watching, congratulations. I think that is wonderful. We're obviously here at Creek View Cafe at Defeated Creek. And this is a wonderful place for us to maybe introduce Mr. Gabe Harville. He has a segment called In the Wild.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. This past week I had the privilege of attending the National 4-H Forestry Judging Invitational in Jackson's Mill, West Virginia. In this video, I will describe the competition, highlight our experience, and tell about our travels to and from West Virginia. The National Forestry Judging Invitational is held every year in Jackson's Mill, West Virginia. The first day of the contest was basically an orientation, letting us get to know the camp, its history, and what we would be doing during our week there. The next day was the educational day. We were given insight from forestry experts about the main parts of the contest, those being tree identification, tree measurement, compass and pacing, insects and diseases, and topographical maps. After all that finished, we had time to explore the campsite and even do a little bit of fishing. The following day, the contest began. We had to memorize a couple of math concepts and some challenging names, like quaking aspen, white-marked tussock moth, and clinker polypore, among others. I know, those sound quite confusing. We were confident in our ability and what we did, so that gave us time to prepare for our state skit, which we gave in front of the other states that were there, and it was definitely a highlight of our time at Jackson's Mill. On our last full day at Jackson's Mill, we participated in the 2 team-based contests, Forest Evaluation and Forestry Bowl. Forest Evaluation combined elements of tree identification, tree measurement, and compass and pacing into a practice that is known as cruising timber. After we all finished Forest Evaluation, we moved on to the Forestry Bowl, and I'm proud to say after going up against Florida, Mississippi, and Indiana, the Tennessee team placed first in the nation in the Forestry Bowl contest. After all the contests had concluded, we moved on to the Lumberjack Games. This was a great way to see how old logging equipment worked and have a good time with friends you had met from other states. Events like these are really why contests like this are held, to have fun and learn. We all finished out the night with the award ceremony. Tennessee placed third in the nation, and I'm so proud of my team members for putting in the time and effort to ensure that we made it this far. After all the celebration had ended, we moved on to our own celebration with a little bit of line dancing. This is a 4-H event after all. After all the contestants had left Jackson's Mill and we were heading home, we decided we would stop at New River Gorge National Park and Preserve. The New River is among the oldest rivers on the continent and is a rugged, whitewater river flowing through deep canyons. This national park encompasses over 70,000 acres of land and is very rich in cultural and natural history, and as you can see by these pictures, offers an abundance of scenic and recreational opportunities. This has been one of the best weeks of my summer, and I encourage any and all 4-H members to participate in forestry judging. And I encourage you all to vacation to West Virginia as well, because as you can see, it truly is a special place. Until next time, I'm Gabe Harville, and I hope to see you in the wild. In this video, I will describe the contest, highlight our experience, and In this video, I will describe the contest, highlight our experience, and tell our... This has been one of the best weeks of my summer, and I encourage any and all 4-H members to participate in forestry judging. And I encourage you all to vacation to West Virginia. I messed up on the...
At beautiful Defeated Creek Marina, we're at the Creek View Cafe, and I don't know if you've had a chance to come by here, but the food is great. So come on by and see them, and we have a guest here. Go ahead and tell them who you are.
Hi, I'm Mary Draper. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent for Smith County.
Okay, and I'm sure you have something going on with FCE.
Yeah, so FCE stands for Family and Community Education Clubs, and we have 8 around the county. So they're always busy doing different projects. I know that they'll change out the flower pots in front of the courthouse for William Walton Day. But also we have the Granville Quilt Show coming up. And even though that's not in our county, our county plays a big part in it. Our FCE ladies are the ones that greet you as you come into the quilt show. It's the first Saturday in October, and anybody can enter quilts in there. All you have to do is bring the quilts on Wednesday, that first Wednesday, I believe it's the 5th of October, to the Granville United Methodist Church, and they will enter them, and you didn't necessarily have to make them. So a lot of our FCE ladies are talented, and they of course are interested in those heritage skills, but if you have one that's passed down from generations, you are welcome to enter it. Or if you find one at a yard sale or different places like that, they would love to have them entered. There's lots of different categories this year, so I think they have them specifically for youth. So that's of course a heritage skill that we want to pass down. They've made more youth categories as well, for some specifically for males. So everybody that enters in the quilt show does receive a free t-shirt, and they also get 25% off, I think, of one item from Aunt B's store. So that's a good incentive as
So
well.
that's going to be a good draw then. If they want more information, what do they do?
You can call the extension office at 615-735-2900.
Okay. Mary, thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me, Bill.
Okay, still at Creekview Cafe, and have you ever been able to come up here? I've come a couple of times.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good food.
It is.
And a lot of people, I think, don't realize, you're sitting on the other end of the county where I live in Lancaster, and you don't realize that there's an entire complex over
Oh, I
here and a
know.
lot of
It's beautiful
fun
over
things
here.
that you can do
Yeah.
in Defeated Creek.
Yeah.
And I know Martin's Grocery, that's a big stop for people when they come, and then they can come to Creekview Cafe. They can rent a cabin here.
That's right.
They can rent a pontoon boat, jet skis, kayak. Man, there's a lot of stuff to do around here. And I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes,
Yeah.
especially if you live here close. It's sort of like living next to Disney World and never going. But anyway, you didn't come to talk about that. This is Jerry. And Jerry, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay.
Tell them what you do on your day job.
Okay, well, my name is Jerry Lynn Malone, and I'm currently the Smith County Register of Deeds. But I have been in this role for 3 years now, and I am the director of the Harvest Queen pageants on William Walton Days. We do have contestants that we will out of the county. They don't have to be inside Smith County. We go out of the county, and we have had good numbers. The last 2 years, I think every year we have added more contestants, and
Right.
and that helps. We do have 6 categories. We have a tiny miss, 1 to 3 years. We have little miss, 4 to 6, petite, 7 to 9, junior, 10 to 12, teen, 13 to 15, and the Harvest Queen is 16 to 18. Now, the pageants will start at 4 o'clock on September the 28th. Check-in time is about 2:45. They need to have all their application in either to the chamber or to me by the 26th, September the 26th by 4 o'clock, if at all possible. We also have it's $25 entry fee. We do have some optional categories. We have a $5 best dress, $5 best smile, and that will be in each category.
Yeah.
Then we also have a $10 the most photogenic. If you submit a photo, you'll get it back that day of the pageant. We do that. That's an extra $10. And then we have the People's Choice. Usually we do 3 of those, but we're going to do a People's Choice, and that's $1 per vote for the People's Choice, and we'll do one for each category this time.
Well, and it all happens on the courthouse grounds.
It does.
And,
It does,
and
yes.
it's on September the 28th. I think I failed to mention that at Walton Day. It's September the 28th at 4 o'clock, starting at 4 and going to roughly 5 o'clock.
Yes, something like that. And there's just a little break between. The contestants need to come dressed well, or I say hair, makeup done as much as they can. They can dress upstairs, and there will be plug outlets that they can touch up, if they need to touch up or anything. Let's see.
They can also come in the back door if they need to,
Yes.
there's ways to get in. Even though there might be entertainment going on the front steps, they can
Right.
still get into the courthouse.
And I think I already said, though, the 2:45 is the check-in time. We do the applications. The chamber has the applications. Bridget Riggs, you can contact her at the chamber, 615-735-2093, or you can contact me. My cell number is 615-489-5570, or you can jbaden@titlesearcher.com, and we can email you those entry forms, as long as you have those back to us by September the 26th.
Okay.
Okay?
And I know every year it grows a little bit,
It
so
does.
they might want to plan on getting there a little bit early, and they might plan on going ahead and getting their application in so
Right.
that you know how many you're going to have.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to tell them about its
We do
basic?
cash or check.
Uh-huh.
So you can do, if you do check, make it to the Smith County Chamber of Commerce. What else is there good?
Well, the one question that I would have is they're usually in an evening gown and they answer a question and
No, they don't ask a question.
They don't ask a
know.
question, okay.
They're judged on eye contact, poise, stage performance, and appearance.
okay.
Yeah, there's no questions asked.
So that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's always
Yeah.
makes everybody nervous
Yes,
because
it
you know
does.
you're going to
Yes.
say maybe something that you wished you hadn't.
Yes, that's right.
So it's judged on basically poise and how they look. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else. Can you think of anything else we need to cover? Okay. Well, if you get a chance, September the 28th, William Walton Harvest Festival, and they can sign up right basically anytime beforehand
Yes.
and get it online. Jerry, thanks for coming
Thank you.
by.
Thank you.
Okay, you're one of the famous Londons, but tell them which one you are.
I'm Preston London,
Okay.
and I'm with the Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition.
All right, and you guys are located on Water Street.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
115 Water Street.
All right, how do they contact you? We'll get that out of the way.
They
first.
can contact us through social media at Smith County Drug Prevention, or they can look at our website, or they can call our office at, it's on this fancy piece of paper, 615-588-1622.
Okay. All right, now you got an event going on.
Yes, we do. We have our Walk for Recovery down in South Carthage. We have blowing it up really big this year. We're going to have some food down there, some hopefully some good music going, some community resources, and we're all going to come together as a community and we're going to walk Rails to Trails. I believe it starts, this says at 6:30. We're going to start at the pavilion up at Rails to Trails, and then we're going to just walk and have a great time.
Okay, and that's Rails to Trail's been in a few years now, so I think most people know where it is, but it's
Yeah.
right across from City Hall.
Yes, sir. Exactly
Okay.
where it is.
Is there any charge, any admission? What's going on with it?
Everything is free, except I think that food might be some cost.
Okay.
So if you want food, bring some money there. But I think everything else is free besides that.
All right, and you guys, you do drug take backs and
Yes.
a lot of different things. I don't. You know the locations and what goes on with that?
Typically I think we're getting ready to do, I think it's our fall take back, drug take back. We do it at Walmart. It typically starts about midday, runs till about 4. So when we get a date out, just be looking at our social media. We'll get a date out for that soon. So, but if not the fall, we definitely have one in early spring, around April. We have it also at Walmart. All of our drug take back days are at Walmart. So.
And then there's drop offs at the sheriff's office and at City Hall, Carthage City Hall.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's the two that I know about.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do a great service for the county. I know you do educational components in the schools.
Yes, sir.
You go in there and teach the kids. Then you help, like at the spot, different places like that, doing educational components. And then, of course, you do these events like this. So we really appreciate y'all doing this. Anything else you would like to let us know?
Just be looking out for stuff that we got going on. We got some with the Youth Coalition. We're more than likely going to have a Christmas party up in December, so be looking forward to that. It's going to be great. Going to blow it up 4 times the size that we did last year. Last year we had some food, we had some games. It was over at the roller skating ring in Carthage, so we'll be looking out for that. It's going to be great, so make plans to be there. We'll probably come back and probably do something like this closer to time, and I'll make sure to relay a date on that. But be looking out for the Youth Coalition, Thrive Youth Coalition. You can get in touch with us through Facebook and Instagram, as well as through the main office. If you have anything you want to add or comment to us, somewhere you'd like us to be, that's where you would get in contact.
Or
with
if you
us.
need some help with something, you
Absolutely.
give them a call. All right. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Bill.
We are here at the beautiful Defeated Creek Marina and the Creekview Cafe, and I'm with two of my favorite people in the world. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, because not everybody out there knows who you are.
Hi, I'm Bernadine Thornton.
I'm her husband, Tom Thornton.
Okay, and you guys moved in here, been several years now.
We've been here about 10 years.
Yeah, and raising children here and
We
all
have
that
two
kind of good
children,
stuff. Yeah.
Going to school here.
Yeah, I remember one year, if you want to look back some archive footage, we've got your little girl speaking on one of the tapes.
She enjoyed that.
Yeah, she did a good job too, and I think she couldn't have been more, 2 or 3?
Yeah, and she was born to be on camera.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
loves
there you go.
being on show.
So, hey, some things you can't hide.
Right.
Anyway, let's talk about Defeated Creek Marina and Creekview Cafe, and we can do it in whichever order you want, but I know one thing. I hear people coming out of here telling me about how good the food is. So what about Creekview Cafe? What are your hours, and when are you open, and what do you serve?
So we are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 8, and Sunday, 11 to 3 right now. And we offer lunch and dinner menu, and we're famous for our pizza.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that kind of stands to reason. You guys hail from Pittsburgh, and I think that whole area is famous for that too, isn't it?
Well, we do have a gold medal pizza recipe, and we brought it here to Tennessee. We make our dough from scratch, our sauce from scratch, and we get the best blend of cheese that we can find in Tennessee. So it all comes together, and people have been, I think, really impressed and really enjoying it.
Yeah, well, and I don't know, you might find that at other places here, but not very many. Most everything's shipped in a container and they put it together. But yours, you make it here on premises.
Everything from scratch.
That's wonderful. That's what people like. And if you're visiting, if you're coming in here, that's what, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I go visit a place that I haven't been before, that's what I look for. I don't go to the chain restaurants. I try to find that place that, as a matter of fact, early this morning, I had to be somewhere, and it was a town I hadn't been in a long time. And when I dropped the piece off that the guy was going to work on for me, I said, where's a good place to get breakfast? And he said, well, there's a so-and-so down. I said, no, I don't want to go to a chain. I said, where do you eat? And he told me, and I went there. It was great. You can't go wrong when you go to a place like Creekview Cafe, because they cook from scratch and they do the things like that. That's right. And I'm sorry, I'm doing all the talking here. but you guys have been open going on 10 years now. I know you remodeled the cafe here. It's been a few years back, and it still looks great. Tell about what all you serve here.
So pizza, we got catfish, we got hand patted burgers, all of our sauces that we make, marinara, all that are all from scratch.
And you're the chef, right?
I'm one of them.
Oh, you have more than one chef.
I actually do have a helper, Tyler. He's not here yet today, but he'll be here, and he makes the best burgers.
Okay, so you got some help on that.
I do.
All right, and then when we segue out of the restaurant, we go down to the marina. You got a lot of things that you can offer people if they, even if they live here or if they're visiting here.
Well, just being located back here in the Defeated Creek Park is a great place to be with everything that the park offers. Specifically, though, at the marina, of course, our cabin rentals. Recently, we've redone all our cabins, so they're in excellent shape. We've added to our rental fleet. We do pontoon rentals. That's a great way to spend a family day out on the lake. And then, of course, coming up here for lunch or dinner, ice cream cones down at the boat store. It's just it's a fun way to spend a summer day.
Okay, and if they need gas for their boat, you've got it all covered right here. Yep. They don't have to worry about leaving or going anywhere.
Ethanol-free gas. Yep.
And on the cabin rentals, how many cabins do you have?
We have 5 of them.
Okay.
2 of them are pet friendly. The other 3 strictly are not. All are non-smoking, and they're really tiny houses. We provide everything: your bed and bath linens, your dinnerware. All that. Each cabin has its own fire pit across the lane from it. All have a view overlooking the lake. Yeah. So people really enjoy them. Our cabin rentals were up this season.
Well, and I would think that they would be really popular with a lot of people, like when you're having something like the Bluegrass Festival or some band that's going on. That would be the first thing I'd think of. Hey, I'll try to rent a cabin so I don't have to.
Yeah, all those holidays we are reserved pretty far out. They fill up. This year we had a number of family reunions as well. I think we did some good cabin business this season.
Well, and I hadn't thought of that, but most all of my family, they hail from Funds Branch. Well, that's kind of underwater and then over toward Granville in that area. Well, they come back here. They're getting a little older now, but they come back and they stay in the campground. Sometimes they've done things all around. I'm sure there's a lot of folks that have roots in Smith County that come back and want to stay in a place this. See, because my folks, they couldn't come and stay at the house they were in or anywhere around, but they can be kind of in the area, and that's what they've done for years. Now you've got some events that are going to be taking place here. Now, August the 17th, this is a flea market.
It is.
Now, how does that work?
It starts out as a flea market, but we add a whole lot more to it. This is the flea markets that we do. I've never been to a flea market before where you had bouncy houses for the kids and pony rides and petting zoos and
normally music up on stage,
live music, extra food trucks and vendors. It's a lot more than just a flea market.
So it's basically the Creek View Cafe or the Defeated Creek Festival.
Right.
One of them. We do a few of them every year. We space them out a little bit, and it's about time to do it again. August 17th.
Okay, so August 17th, and I'm looking at the note here, and it talks about different things that you've got going on, and it says host Tyler Lacey, let's see, Marina Lane, Carthage, and basically it's anything you want to buy. You got craft vendors.
Vendors, obviously, swap meet too. People will have stuff that they're trying to sell.
I want to say last time we had about 60 or 70 vendors.
Yeah.
I think we've had as many as 80 before. Different tables set up for people to come on in and do the flea market thing.
Well, and when you out there hear numbers like that, you think, well, where am I going to park? And do they have enough room for that? Well, you definitely got enough room for that type of a crowd.
Yep.
And you definitely got a place for them to park.
We can accommodate.
So this is a wonderful place for you to do that. Now, on August the 31st, starting at 5 p.m., we've got a Labor of Love concert. It's a Christian concert. The Nesbitts are coming, the Chitwoods, and they're going to be using the stage out here, so it'll be the same type of thing. And I presume the restaurant will be open. They'll be able to get food and also have the entertainment going on.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be a nice family day for anybody.
That's a wonderful thing, and if you like good gospel music, the Nesbitts and the Chitwoods, I know the Nesbitts real well, and I've heard of the Chitwoods, and I hear that's really good stuff. Okay, and then I know we're stepping a little further out in the year, but you guys always do a good Halloween show.
We do. We have our Haunted Woods. Our guy Tyler Lacey, he runs it and is fantastic at scaring everybody.
Well, we have some really good Halloween events here in the county, and the thing about Halloween is people like to travel to them. So you can start out at Gordonsville and go to that one, and you can come to Carthage and come to that one, and then you can come to Defeated Creek to the marina and come to this one.
We actually had people come all the way from Sparta last year just to come to the Haunted Woods.
Yeah, because not everybody does it as well as we do, I think.
Yeah.
And you guys have, there's a little contest going on between the three, and I don't know who's going to win out on that, but I hear really good things about your all's event, so that's good.
It gets a little bit better every year. This is our 5th year doing it.
So.
And each year we add a little bit more to it, and we try to outdo ourselves every year. And
we have a trick or treat that coincides with it, and actually the campground does a trick or treat the same day that we do our trunk or treat. So, I mean, realistically, we didn't have to take our kids trick or treating on Halloween because they got so much candy here. So bring your kids out, and it's nice area, safe to walk. There's no cars driving around. You don't have to worry about anything, and the kids will get plenty of candy.
And that's the key. I think it's a good, safe environment, and the community around here. It's a good community.
Yes.
Good place to be.
We also do a trick or treat through the woods with some of the characters for the kids that want to walk through the woods, but they're a little too afraid to do it at night. So the characters are friendly during the day of the trunk or treat, and they hand out candy to all the kids. And that gives them like a sense of like being able to say that they got to do the woods too. You know, if they were just a little too
What day is that?
afraid. I think it's the October 26th.
October the 20.
The 26th is the day of the
26th,
trick or treat and the
okay.
trunk or treat.
But anyway, you've got something going on basically the whole month
Yeah,
of
so
October.
it's every Friday and Saturday in October, and then we added November 1st and 2nd this year.
Because of the way the year
The way
fell.
Halloween falls, yeah.
From 8 o'clock until 10:30.
Okay. Are you doing anything that night, like the 31st?
No, we like to give our actors the night off so that they can take their families and go trick or treating, and
Well, and for a lot of them, it's a school night.
yeah, that too.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of works well with you guys because see, Gordonsville and Carthage are always on the 31st.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a cost savings. They don't have to change their sign.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're looking to do a Halloween costume contest actually that night too, and we'll have music on the stage. I think maybe it might be karaoke. I can't remember, but we're definitely gonna have judges and stuff like that. Best costume, funniest costume.
Okay. And there was a mention karaoke on the 24th. Yeah. Of, August.
August
Is that right?
24th. We have karaoke with Sam Fox. Make some noise. He is fantastic host. He actually does a bingo and a music trivia here every Wednesday at the Creekview Cafe, and then occasionally we'll have karaoke. And he is a fantastic singer. I don't know
Yeah,
if
he
anybody
is.
knows this. He actually tried out for American Idol,
Yeah.
so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Sam is a good one. Well, I guess there's a lot to do around here, and whether you're local or whether you're a visitor coming in, there's a lot of things that you can avail yourself of. But we haven't even hit the big draw. You can get on a kayak or a boat or a pontoon or a houseboat, like you mentioned, and get out on that lake, and you can relax.
Well, houseboats, that's not us, but we do a lot of pontoon rentals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of good family fun to be had here at Defeated Creek Marina.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, and it's a good place. And you guys, I know you've been here 10 years. This marina's been here since what?
Well, there's a sign out at the front of the park that says now celebrating the 50th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the marina was born either the same year or just a year later. So it's been around. It's seen some generations grow up.
Yeah, it sure has. I know it's been here as long as I can remember. I know I was born before it got here, but I don't remember much about it. But I do remember it being here. Well, folks, I really thank you for allowing us to come here to the Creekview Cafe, and it looks good. And if you haven't had a chance to look this place over, you need to come by and visit Tom and Bernadine. They'll treat you really well. So, folks, thanks for letting us come by.
Thanks for coming
Thank
by.
you, Billy.
All right. Okay, we're still here in Defeated Creek, and I just wanted to come by Martin's Grocery. It is a community staple around here. And Neely, why don't you, for those that don't know you, most everybody around here knows you, tell them who you are and just kind of what you do around here at Martin's Grocery.
I'm Neely Martin Oldham. My granddaddy started the store in 1962 with his brother. They were here before the lake was. When the lake started coming in, they moved it here to our current location. Then my dad took it over, and then I took it over, and we're still going.
Yeah, and retail's kind of in your blood because your mom had a flower shop.
Mama had a flower shop for
and
like
an
20
antique
years.
shop.
Yes.
And so you guys have been in retail around here for a long time. Well, now, every time I come here, I usually come for either breakfast or lunch or something like that, and it's always full. It's not like this. And all your local guys, they come around here and they eat, don't they?
They do. We've got a great local trade. We've had great support from our community for years and years, and we love being here.
Yeah, well, and what I like about it is what you just said. It was your grandfather that started the store. Now, the lake came in, it's been 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when the lake came in, he had a store down there that went underwater. So he came up here and built this one, right?
Correct.
Okay. And his name was?
DJ.
DJ.
They called him Mutt.
Mutt. That was what I was going to say. I hesitate to use people's nicknames because sometimes maybe they didn't like them. But yeah, they called him Mutt. And he ran the store for several years. And then your dad, Jackie?
Jackie took over in
Took over.
1985, I believe.
Okay. Now, I don't, just to get a little family history, as far as I know, all I ever knew is Jackie ran the store here and farmed. Is that basically what he did?
Oh my goodness, my daddy had done everything.
Really?
There's a joke that I always made that he has done everything except brain surgery because he was a school teacher. He taught for a couple of years and he was a coach there at Defeated. He was a mail carrier. He worked at the mine. He worked at the nuclear plant. I mean, he did a little bit of everything.
Isn't that funny? And it's sort of like my dad. My dad was the same way. He was an electrician by trade, but he could do about anything. And all I knew Mr. Jackie was from the store here. But what I love is the community feel that you get when you come in. You sit down. Hey, you can grab a Coke, relax, and just about every time I've ever come in here, somebody comes in and says, "Hey, Bill," and they'll sit down and they'll talk to you. And that's something that I like about living here in Smith County,
Yeah.
and being in the country. And even though I'm from the far end of the county, people are still nice to me over here.
Well,
That's what I
we're
like.
nice to everybody.
That's true. That's true. What was it? A joke I told somebody one time. I said, "I love living in Smith County." I said, "Even the people that don't like you are nice to you." But anyway, tell us about Martin's Grocery. You've got a deli here. Just kind of go through the stuff that you can cook and do while a person's visiting.
We have a full menu breakfast that we serve every day, Monday through Saturday. Of course, we're closed on Sundays. But we have everything on our breakfast menu except waffles and grits, I believe. There's everything. Then for lunch, we just serve off the grill, short order stuff like burgers and fries. We used to do a meat and three, and that just kind of fell apart. I guess the desire for it went away, and people were ordering burgers. And so that's kind of what we just dwindled down to.
Okay, and that's what last time I was here. That's what I had, a burger and fries, and it was great. In fact, we brought leadership in. I don't know if you remember that. And there was 12 of us sitting around the table. And here's another thing: is we got our food pretty quick. So you guys are pretty efficient at it.
We are. You don't have to wait very long. I don't think. I mean, everything is expensive nowadays, but I don't think we're out of the norm.
Yeah, well, I didn't notice it being, like you said, anything unusual. And I like the decor. And this is probably as close to an old country store type atmosphere that you're ever going to get in the state of Tennessee anymore.
I would say so.
Yeah, and this is a real one. This is not one of those fake ones that somebody drew up in Chicago.
No.
Somewhere in a drawing room. This is the real thing.
No.
Now, can you still get a sandwich like just have a bologna and
Got the
cheese
best
sandwich?
bologna sandwich you'll get anywhere.
Okay, so you can come in and do it.
Any time of the day, you can get a bologna sandwich.
When I was a little kid, that was the one thing I noticed. These guys would all be working on the farms, and we had a little store similar to this in Lancaster, and they'd all come in, they'd get them a bologna sandwich and a Coke, and they'd sit there and talk a little bit, and then they'd go back out and start working again. So that kind of happens right here now.
Absolutely. We've always had sandwiches. That meat slicer over there, I think, is a 1940s model, and it still works.
Still does a good job.
Yes, my granddaddy had it.
Well, I appreciate you letting us come by and talk with you. If a person was traveling through this, I think would be one of the good stops. And you're right at the entrance to the Defeated Creek Marina and to the park, so they can't miss you, kid.
That we're easy to find.
Well, and you got gas.
We have gas.
You got ice.
We've got a little bit of everything. Daddy's motto was, "We've got something that will get you by till you can do better."
Yeah, there you go.
We've got a little bit of everything, and we'll get it till you can get better.
Yeah, well, it's a good store and a good place to be. Neely, thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. We had some wonderful people come and interview and a lot of good information going on. Hope you enjoyed all of that. I wanted to tell you about a few other things. The Carthage Junction Depot, we have art shows there every month. And August the 17th, we've got from 10 to 4 p.m., the Brothers Bilziak, and they've got their fantastical art. So I think you'll enjoy that. And it's free and open to the public. And then on September the 14th from 10 to 4 at the depot, we've got Tim Tim Massey and his woodcut prints and drawings, and got some really good, interesting pictures here of what's going on there. Folks, we hope you will tune in again with us next month, and we hope you enjoyed this show. We always try to put good information out there so that you can come around and enjoy some of the wonderful things that we have here in Smith County. Smith County is a wonderful place to live and raise your children and just to be. And so we hope that you're enjoying everything that it has to offer. There's some wonderful people out there, and you need to make sure you get out there and meet them. So I guess we'll see you the next show in September. May God bless you until then, and be safe.